post. It's stolen by MP. Hammer it home!
Nice. Talk about finishing with power. MP showing the rim no mercy there.
And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. And so it's Wiggins with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. On the floor for the Warriors. They've got MP. Aaron Gordon is out there with Anthony Black. And it's Buffkin in at the 2. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Timberwolves was outstanding. He dropped an amazing number of points and put up double digits in 3 categories.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Anthony Black.
Let me hear you make some Holy Ghost crazy noise right now. Let me hear.
On the floor for the Warriors. They've got Anthony Black. Aaron Gordon is out there with MP.
Come on, man. Clap those hands with me.
Come on, God, God's people. Come on, Mike.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got MP, Aaron Gordon out there with Black. And it's Buffkin in at the 2 bar. Here's Savage. The shot's good off to making the play.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Timberwolves was outstanding. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. Truly, one of the most exceptional performances we've seen in recent memory. A monster night for him. Back to you.
Great stuff, Allie. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
Well, I expect they'll go to him early here, hoping for a repeat performance.
You know, you just can't say enough about the statistical marks that MP is putting up. I mean, Greg, this is just amazing stuff. How about his 20, 20, and 20 triple-double? I've never said that before. I mean, this is incredible.
Kevin, something we've only seen from the likes of Brook and Westbrook, right? That's the...
A minute 22 left in the first. On the floor for the Warriors. They've got Anthony Black. Aaron Gordon is out there with MP. And it's Buffkin in at the 2 spot. Golden State with the ball. And they've been looking very strong here in the postseason.
We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. And so it's Minnesota with it. They're looking to bounce back after the bitter loss on Saturday.
Well, they couldn't buy a bucket at times. That's frustrating. That game was not their friend.
Well, you have to give the defense credit for making things hard on them, but they just looked out of sync offensively.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, they've got Anthony Black. Gordon out there with MP. And it's Buffkin in at the 2. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Timberwolves was outstanding. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Okay, Ellie, thanks. It'll be interesting to see.
On the floor for the Warriors, they've got Anthony Black. Aaron Gordon is out there with MP, and it's Buffkin in at shooting guard. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Juzang. Shot to stop the run. Warriors with the rebound. Austin's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. You know, words sometimes don't do justice to MP's greatness on the court, Grant. But how about numbers? A 20-20-20 triple-double.
Oh, BA, the kind of stat stuffing we've only seen before from Will Chamberlain and Russell Westbrook. He's lighting up box scores, opponents, marquees, you name it. He is here to shine.
Pass to Buffkin. Here's Gordon. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, and it has to be a great play on each end.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors showing no mercy and just piling it on, looking dominant and focused.
Just stay and take just a minute or so and just raise the roof in this place.
And we're back with you, folks, as this exciting Western Conference semifinal game rolls on. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Warriors?
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And also the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
Nobody who is like the Lord. Nobody who is like the Lord. Nobody who is like the Lord.
And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. Then
Randall draws the double. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Then it's Harrison Barnes, and it's Brown in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Randall, pass to Barnes. To the wing, right side. Juzang. Here's Randall. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Then there's Barnes, and it's Juzang in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Timberwolves was outstanding. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him with that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them to the end. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
And Minnesota with possession here, following the score by Golden State. And here's Brown. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. They get it back. Pass to MP. Check by Randall. And the shot goes in.
Well, this is why you run your offense through MP. That's just a nice setup for his teammate.
Now here's Brown. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Pass to Randall. Just 5 on the clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. Minnesota again missing. The Warriors have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. It's Buffkin, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. This one's for 3. Can't get it. He's now 1 of 4 from the floor. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, what you love about Aaron Gordon, he's got strength, athleticism, and a high motor. This guy can make tough shots.
And talking about Gordon, just a freak athlete and ferocious dunker, a valuable role player on this team.
For Minnesota, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Now here's Randall. Still no points. Outside, Brown. Reed for 3.
I hear your friend, but I was down. You're really for it, but first you gotta know that it's like
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Now it's Reed out there with Randall. Then there's Brown, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Juzang in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Minnesota was a man on a mission. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. And the entire NBA talking about his performance. It was that special.
You're rocking now, the darkest thing. You're just a nothing. You'll make a way anymore.
Here's Edwards.
And his word says, no life of all my dreams shall prosper. Anything your heart desires, my God's gonna see.
There's Brown with the hook.
Not helping all the time.
Down low. Kick out to Brown. Here's Juzang. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Then there's Edwards, and it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. You know, words sometimes don't do justice to MP's greatness on the court, Grant. But how about numbers? A 20-20-20 triple-double.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's MP. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Pumpkin in at the shooting guard. Brown and wide.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. On the floor for the Warriors. They've got Kuminga. Also Aaron Gordon out there. MP is out there with Brandon Pajemski. And it's Buffkin in at the shooting guard position. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Timberwolves was outstanding. He dropped an amazing number of points and...
My father's a man, heaven is the ground. So
here's Juzang. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Then there's Edwards, and it's Juzang in a 2-guard. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
Richards is checked in for the Warriors. Porter Jr. comes in for Buffkin. We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Timberwolves was a man on a mission. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. And he was huge for them in that one. Talking to his coaches pregame, they hope he can repeat that performance with another one here tonight. Back to you.
Nice work, Allie. Thank you. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste. He's just basically a body out there right now, nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about. He's been held scoreless tonight, really just unable to make any sort of impact. He's been the guy tonight. Really impressive performance.
And here's Minnesota now. It's Edwards with a drive. And MP with a block.
Teams are realizing you have to account for MP on that defensive end, especially when you're going up near the hoop.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, give some breathing space, and it happens to be a great play on each end.
A foul called on MP. That's his first foul.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Moody's checked in for Kuminga. Here's Red, covered by MP. Pass to Barrett. 5 on the clock. They double him with MP, and it's out of bounds to Minnesota. some of the most impressive shooters in the game. Here are the guys who have been hitting with consistency from outside the arc. Jonathan Kuminga on top. MP is second.
These guys have delivered from beyond the arc in a big way here in the postseason.
What was
Stepping
that?
up and embracing the spotlight.
You know, words sometimes don't do justice to MP's greatness on the court, Grant. But how about numbers? A 20-20-20 triple-double.
Oh, BA, the kind of stat stuffing we've only seen before from Wilt Chamberlain and Russell Westbrook. He's lighting up box scores, opponents, marquees, you name it. He is here to shine.
And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Randall draws the double. There's the screen. Pass to Baron J. And it's rejected. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. Here's Edwards. Sinks that one from the post. Edwards got his first points of the game.
And a slick play called by Edwards, creating space for himself to operate.
Austin with a bucket.
Yeah, he's been having it.
Start that check.
They've gone to the full court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or two.
The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. Then it's Randall. It's Baron J in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Yep, that one goes in there. Alston's got 50 points. MP with video game numbers. How about the 60-20-10 triple-double?
An all-time game in league history. MP just doing everything. This guy is a bench coach.
And here's Randall. No points so far. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. Then there's Anthony Edwards, and it's Red in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
He's been an absolute non-factor. Zero factor in this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Timberwolves was a man on a mission. He dropped an amazing number of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. What a game.
Nice adjustment there, going to the full court press, trying to ratchet up the pressure here a little bit.
Out of the forwards, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Then there's Edwards. It's Baron J in at the center, walking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Well, this is how difficult it is to stop Randall. When he's committed to scoring, sometimes you just have to foul him.
Blacks check in for Brandon Pajemski. Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunity, get to the line.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Timberwolves was outstanding. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. Really just a phenomenal performance.
Who's calling it? Who's calling it?
Here's Edwards.
I like this move to the full court press, putting some extra pressure on the offense.
Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Then it's Julius Randle, and it's Baron J in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the Timberwolves 5. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Timberwolves was a man on a mission. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Great report there, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
You know, words sometimes don't do justice to MP's greatness on the...
Golden State's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-point. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniels. Then it's Julius Randle, and it's Red in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. MP with video game numbers. How about the 60, 20, and 10 triple-double?
An all-time game in league history. MP just doing everything. This guy is a human cheat code.
6 on the shot clock.
Come on, say glory. Can we say it again? Someone asked. Why do we say
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Then it's Julius Randle, and it's Baron J in at the 5. So that's the lineup from Minnesota.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
A moment to hear from
Golden State's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Setting the floor for the Warriors. You've got Nick Richards. MP out there with Rudy. Then there's Black. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they capitalize in transition. Just need their foot on the gas.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Timberwolves was a man on a mission. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. That night will be etched in people's memories. He was relentless. I'm curious to see how he follows it up. Guys?
Nice work there, Allie. Thank you. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. But we'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
MP with video game numbers. How about the 60, 20, and 10 triple-double?
An all-time game in league.
We will sing. The one whom we adore. Come on, family, let's take it home. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Let's go with a 3.
Let me say it one more time. Can I say glory?